This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
How's it going?
Chilling, back for another one here, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You might just toss that mic a little closer here.
No problem.
Yeah, man, here with Skyline Farms, LA. Chris again, first pod of the year. I think you're on the, I know you're on the first 3 podcasts and shit, but it's good to fucking kick it, man. It's been a couple months, so.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
What's good with you, man?
Not much, just cooped up at home. You know, job's been shut down. I've just been trying to enjoy myself at home with my family, you know, just trying to, like, make the best of every day and, you know, get through this stuff, dude. It's been a weird time just being, like, isolated, not seeing too many people, and just being with your family and friends, like, all the time. It's like you need a break sometimes, so yeah, it's been real, you know.
Well, and I don't know how you feel, but I've talked to some people that feel the same way as me, that like 2021 is going to be even crazier. Maybe not with the whole, you know, virus itself, but like the financial side of it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. We haven't seen, like, the aftermath and yet, you know. I guess you have to wait for, like, the dust to settle and, you know, see who makes it through. You know, I don't really know how everything's working right now. Like, I work for a restaurant. It's like, I don't know if they still have to pay their rent or, like, what the deal is, you know.
Well, or even for people, for housing out here, people don't have to pay the rent either. I don't know how that's working either, if it stacks
you have
up.
to pay your rent, but they said, like,
that you can't get kicked out,
you
though.
have, like, a year to pay it back.
Oh, really?
Or something, but you had to, like, put it in writing with your landlord and have, like, a plan or something. Otherwise, once the, like, eviction stuff rolls through, they can probably just serve you with your, like, eviction thing if you don't have some kind of agreement, you know?
Well, that'd be stressful, too. Be like, oh, shit, I owe 2 years rent at the end of the year. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I just saw the first house go for rent on my street in a while, so, like, and the place where I live in front is for rent, too. They're, like, fixing it up, so I'm curious to see, like, how fast they go and, like, how much money they get for them now, because I'm hearing, like, you know, people are just, like, flocking out of LA, kind of, you know?
It's like a mass exodus.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. 1 second, brother. Shout out to Desco popping in on the pod and Country Boy logging.
What's up, guys?
Drop any questions if you want for me or Chris. Chris knows a good amount about growing, so we're just kicking it, going with the flow, man. So
Yeah.
first, I've done some live podcasts by myself, but this is the first one with a guest. So
Okay, cool.
that's what's up, man. Keep feeling free to load as much of that. And this is the kind of guy Chris is. Like, Chris shows up with a bong that's fucking dope. Pretty sick, dude. Like, and then he shows up. He gives me that. He shows up and he gives me a nice jar here. Like, what, dude?
Yeah.
You're like,
You
yeah.
gotta hook it up, you know?
Oh shit, man! I'm feeling like I'm leaving you empty-handed now. Looking around what I can give you.
It's nice to just get out of the house for once, man, honestly. But yeah, my buddy, he had a kid and he's getting married and stuff, and the wife is not about the weed, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, he had quite the bong collection, so he just dropped them all off, you know.
So he quit for the.
Yeah, he
Oh
stopped,
damn, that's some love there.
Yeah.
Shit, I can imagine that.
Yeah, he's been on and off, you know. Some people just, they have to give it up, you know. It's not for them anymore.
Hey, respect too.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. To each their own, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Yeah.
saying that to my roommate the other day.
You know, I'm reaping the benefits of the bongs. It's like one of the bongs I got though. I'm like, I feel like I had this before, you know. And like, I think I traded it to him because I owed him money like a long time ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'll trade you this bong. And I'm like 99% sure I actually bought it for like $200, you know, and traded it to him. And now I'm getting it back for free years later. And it's like a sweet Jerome Baker piece.
Jerome Baker, fill me in. I'm not familiar.
It's like one of the like original like hand blown glass companies that got big back in like the mid 90s, you know, when glass bongs and all that stuff started getting big, you know, and graphics and plastic bongs started kind of like phasing out. But yeah,
I've needed,
look them up,
dude.
Jerome Baker. They're legit. It's like a company from Oregon, I think.
I've needed this glass, bro. I'm pumped because like I have a problem that I mentioned earlier. Kind of is that I've always had a problem like paying sometimes for like glass or like high amounts for. I'd rather buy bud or like.
Yeah, I would buy like sweet bongs when I was younger, and then it would be like, oh fuck, no, I have like barely any weed though. You're just staring at this like $250 bong, and you're like, God,
dude,
need some weed now.
so what's going on with the grows right now?
I've got a few plants going. I'm trying to get my own home grow going indoor. You know, I'm just trying to get the funds going to get some lights, and so I can be a little more self-sufficient, being that we're like stuck at home and the government's telling us what we can and can't do.
What's your feeling on that, if you don't mind me asking? We don't need to dive too into it.
I don't know. It's just like it's just weird, man. It's like in California, it's that like, you know, it's like people are like locked down, you know, like the whole restaurant business is shut down. But if you go to like Pittsburgh or you go to like, you know, some other states, you can go to a bar and sit down.
I know Georgia's pretty open.
You know, but the tables are just apart, you know, so it's just weird how it's like so different everywhere. I get how it's so like densely populated here, so we have to like be a little more drastic, but at the same time it's like people need to eat, you know, so they have to make sure they take care of people, or like, because the homeless problem here is like fucked up, dude. Like I was working in downtown LA like a couple years ago, going there every day, and like now it's like 5 times as many people. It's like every bridge on the freeway, everything's like a tent village, you know? And then if they start evicting more people, it's like, fuck, man. I don't know. It's like, it's
hard to know the answer, huh?
At one point, like, you know, my mom and my dad, you know, like, they've had cancer and stuff like that, and like, you know, they could be more susceptible to dying if they get it, so you want to keep them safe, but at the same time, people have to live their lives, you know? Like my daughter, she's young, you know, she needs to go to kindergarten soon, and like that's important, you know. She's on the brink of like losing a lot of like important knowledge and stuff that she's going to learn, you know. So it's like kids not going to school, that's a big deal. People not going to work, it's a big deal, you know. But it's like and then it's like there's the vaccine, right? But the vaccine doesn't work for kids, you know.
Oh, is that a thing?
You have
I didn't know that.
over 16 to have the vaccine. So like, what the fuck? Then like,
oh really?
Are kids gonna
that shows
just
what I know.
spread it to everyone? Then like, I don't know. And now they're like, oh, there's like 3 different strains of it, and one the vaccine might not work for. So we could be in this shit for a long time. So it's like, we basically have to like mask up, you know, and like keep our distance, and we have to go on with our lives like that, I guess. But honestly, I don't want to like raise my kids with a mask, you know, so I'm trying to like get out of like the Los Angeles area to somewhere less populated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, because like I don't want to like live in like a masked state, and that's something I said like before this even started.
I think you might. I think we talked about this on another pod, actually.
Dude, if this becomes like a mask state, you know, I'm gonna want to leave to somewhere where it's like less people, and like, you know, we won't have to worry about the spread as much, you know. But like, this whole thing's fucking insane,
dude.
And like the fact that it's been so politicized, you know, and like, if you don't wear a mask, you're a Republican, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just like this whole thing. Everything's like fucked up right now.
Shit,
you know, and I just hope things get better. I'm like looking at my kids, and I'm like, are these gonna be the last kids, like the last generation? You know, like it's like the way things are going. It's pretty fucking insane, bro. Like, and like we're getting close to having disclosure. I don't know. In that new stimulus bill, I heard like, buried in the 5,000-page stimulus, there's a countdown that started like a week ago, 180-day countdown to like let out government secrets to some like Senate group. So basically like all that like Area 51 shit is going to be like, they're going to have to tell all these people in the government that shit, and June, like near the end
Shit.
of June, and so we might get like full disclosure, like fucking soon.
Shit, I find that that'd be cool. I find it so hard to believe though.
Right? But it's like there's been so much.
Here's full disclosure of what we want you to know.
Exactly, and that's what the one guy that was telling me about it. He's like a financial guy. I've been watching his YouTube videos. He usually talks about like the stimulus stuff and like politics stuff. You know, he has like a huge following. But then one day he had a fucking Yoda shirt on, and he was like, "Oh, fucking this is buried in the stimulus." You know, like, holy crap, are they gonna tell us what really happened, or are they trying to just give us this to make us look left, and they don't want you to look right, you know, when they tell us about this stuff, you know, like, it's just really
they're
becoming
calculated.
harder and harder to like trust the government, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just there's with all this information out there, like there's so much stuff, like it's like so like, oh, the government doesn't give a fuck about you, you know, like
Yeah.
there's some show on Vice TV, it's called While the Rest of Us Die. And it's like about the government and like the secret like sub-government they have. If like everyone dies, they have like another government ready to take over the next day, you know, so they can always have like continuity of government, you know, in case there's like a social uprising or something.
Shit's
It's fucking insane, bro.
Yeah,
And they had the guy on the show. He's like, "Hey, I'm this guy. I'm like some fucking random guy who's like barely in the government, and I would be president if like everyone died." You know?
What? That sounds
Yeah.
like a.
Like
He just gets to chill, like, that's his
it's
job, like,
if,
I'm just
the
back-
shit hits the fan. They have like people hired to like go to like the Smithsonian and get the Declaration of Independence and get all these historical things and protect that. But like people would be fucked, you know?
Well, that's true. Yeah, like saving the art, the history.
Yeah, they just have like all this plan to like save the government and all the leaders, but like, you know, like if like bad shit happens, like their families will be like locked out of the fucking places to die, basically, and the government leaders will be saved in these like secret bases and all this shit, bro. I don't know.
That's some crazy.
I don't know what to believe, but I've been having a lot of time to sit at home and like watch all this crap, bro, and it's like
shit.
yeah.
Shit, no, I feel you. Sorry, I was just reading this question here from Desco. He says, a question I got on growing is when your plant already sprouted and is about a good 4 to 5 inches, what's the best possibility to not let it dry out? Because I stay in Phoenix, the weather be warm / hot.
You could like put like a shade cloth over it. You know, like you could set up a tarp that allows like not all the sun to go through. It's like a partial shade.
Okay,
cloth.
it's like that meshy.
Yeah. And then you could put it in a bigger container. Like the more soil you're gonna have in there, the less chance you're gonna have of it drying out.
Is there anything you can put on top of the
You
soil,
could
even like a wet
also-
towel
you
or
could
something,
make,
or is
like,
that
you could
mold?
make a greenhouse, you know?
What's a little one?
Yeah, like
I'm
a
almost
little
picturing
one.
just like a 5-gallon water container
Yeah.
on it.
Or like what you could do is set up like drip irrigation, so it's just like always constantly getting like drips of water, you know, so it won't dry out. But like you want
Shit.
a bigger container, keep it under the shade cloth so it's not getting cooked in direct sunlight. That's some ways it won't dry out. But right now it's probably pretty cold in Phoenix, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like freezing at night, so you might want to bring it inside at night.
Oh shit.
'Cause, like,
Show it some love.
yeah.
I can read it a book.
yeah, I don't know. It's like not really the season though right now. It's going to grow really slow, and it's probably going to want to start to bud if you're doing it outside, so you want to make sure it's getting like some extra light so it won't go into flower, because it's not going to produce much. But if you're just fucking around, you know, just
Yeah,
sit
huh.
it out, you know.
It's a good question though. It's shit that like
Yeah, totally.
that you
But
don't-
yeah,
or
you
I don't think
just,
about
like,
in
if
different.
you're worried about it drying out, just like water more, you know, basically, or you can, you know, reduce the sun on your plant with like
Oh,
a
by
shade
just
tarp.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, dude. I mean,
Seeing people like in the winter when it's cold, you could cut a milk carton, like a milk jug, like the ones that are transparent. Cut the top off and flip that over and put it on top of your pot and put some holes in it, and that'll keep it warm at night. And it
Okay.
from like freezing from a frost, because I know it gets pretty cold in Phoenix at night
Yeah.
in the winter.
getting schooled here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finally, like, I saw those lights you had and you were making it work when you sent me that
Yeah,
picture. I'm like, I could have
just
one.
have mine under like a T5, which is just for like growing like clones, basically, or like, you know, it's not gonna make the sturdiest plant, but I still have them growing under there, and I've been topping them and pinching them to like keep them like with a lower profile, so I can get a wide canopy when I get some better lights.
And yeah, full disclosure, I was trying to help him and still might get some in the future, but just dealing with fucking companies like I was telling you wanting too much for the money.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's not worth it. I just want to get like the best kind of lights I can afford to get right now,
Yeah.
and like I don't want to like fucking try like some shitty like Chinese knockoff light.
well, yeah, let me know
Yeah.
too. Like maybe I can hit them up. Like I think we've talked. I mean, I just feel bad because this has been going on. I've like
Yeah.
keep hitting people up and talking and negotiating, but
I
like you
don't
said,
know.
it's
I
like
don't think they
fuck
give
it.
those lights away on YouTube or anything unless you're like a legit grower with like a shitload of followers, you know?
No, they.
Then they'll start to give.
Oh
you
wait,
them,
like
you
the
know?
like the high end you're saying?
Yeah, the high end ones,
Yeah.
because that shit's in like such demand right now.
What
More
what
and
is the
more
high end?
people-
Like the
like,
ones
they
I was
have,
sending you were like 4,
there's
5,
this brand
6.
called Lux. There's a brand called Gavita. Those are like the two like.
And what do those run?
It depends which one you want. The one I'm looking for are around 300 for it's called a 315 watt CMH light. It's like a ceramic metal halide light. So they're really good for veg, and it's only 315 watts, so you can get 3 lights and you're still under 1,000 watt, like which would be like 1,000 watt HPS or something.
3 lights for that $300 mark. You're saying, or you're gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm
3?
gonna get three $300 lights.
So you're looking at
That's
1,000 total.
yeah,
Okay.
just for the lights, and then I need to get some other stuff too. But I've heard good things about those lights. They say they can produce around like a 600 watt light would produce. So that's why I want to try those ones, or maybe spend a little more and get an LED. But
So,
I'm not.
so
really
the ones,
sure.
okay, so the ones that you would be getting, do they give off heat then? Because I know the LEDs don't, right?
Yeah, they produce some heat, but not. I don't think they produce that much. I've never used them. I've used the HPS ones, and I've used like an HID lights, you know. But I've never used like that exact light. But I've just heard good things from other people that grow, and like the guys at the shop highly recommend them.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I have like power issues too, so I'm not trying to run too much power because like I don't want that shit like fucking shorting out all the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that'd be
I don't know. I'm
fucked.
excited to get it going and just being able to like keep some good seeds I have around and clone them and see which ones are the best. You know,
Yeah.
get some good genetics in there. Not have it being able to have like a controlled environment, and not have to deal with like the high humidity that I've been dealing with here. You know, I've been just like losing too much bud every year, and it feels like a waste almost. You know.
Yeah. That's.
But it's
That'd be
like,
hard.
you know, it's like I have a plan for next year to like kind of plant earlier and time it out so I don't have too much flowering in August, because that's the month where the shit just fucking takes a turn for the worst in like August and
Humidity wise, you're saying?
So I'm gonna plant like a late crop and an early crop this year, and just try and grow some smaller plants for this area, because they're just getting fucked by the humidity. And it's like the only thing I can do is like build a hoop house and put like a bunch of fans in there outside and stuff. But I don't
Well, it's
know.
crazy you're having the opposite problem of, you know, it going dry.
Yeah,
It's
out
like,
here
you gotta,
I know,
like-
but like some places it's like super dry and windy, so you need to have it like watered a lot. And if you're not home all the time, that could be hard. So you could set up like a drip irrigation thing, or like some kind of like, they have these things called blue mats, which is like a dripper where you keep the water like above your. You keep your water up higher, and then it like runs lines into the bottom of your plants.
And just
They're
gravity
like mesh.
trickles it.
Yeah, and gravity pulls it in, and the plants like pull up the water as they need it.
Okay.
You know,
shit.
I've heard that those are pretty sweet too, but
Yeah, damn. It's,
I don't know if that's like feasible out there. You know, because it might freeze at night. It's probably better for indoor.
Oh, it's crazy thinking about all the fucking elements. So it is nice to have it inside, and you'll be able to
yeah.
perfect.
If you're somewhere where it freezes, you probably need to have a greenhouse to like grow like really well. You know.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
So that way you can control the temp and have a heater if you need it. But it's a lot of work, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen you, man. That's why I'm still yet to do it, and I've said it so many times. I always fucking say it,
Yeah,
but
this is gonna be the first like real shot at doing the indoor thing, and
well, you had that one grow that
Well,
The
yeah,
big-
but we had it. But
was
it-
that was that
wasn't
s-
mine,
was that
you know?
hydroponic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
'Cause-
was all like hydro.
What's your thoughts on that, like hydro versus soil?
I don't know. Like most of the weed I buy, it's like no one is like telling me, oh, this is soil grown, this is hydro grown. You know, like I don't even know who grows it usually. But like people say, like the organic soil grown tastes the best. You know, that's like people's opinion. You know, all
That's what these
organic,
guys at the
soil grown.
source that I had on were
Yeah,
saying.
that's like the most sought after. You know, you can get like a better yield with like cocoa. That's like a coconut coir medium, and like with like rock wool. You know, doing
Yeah.
hydro where it's getting watered like a bunch of times a day, and it's like getting like a small amount of water drip to it, and then it has no like nutrients in the medium, so you have more control over like what your plants get. But really, it's like to each their own, you know. But
Yeah.
I think like the best tasting bud's like some organic bud, you know.
Because I know you were all about the soil too.
Yeah.
In this previous one, doing your like all
Yeah,
organic
I'm
style.
doing all in soil right now. You know, I might switch to something else in the future if it's more like feasible for my space to get like a better yield. But right now, I'm gonna do soil on the first run.
Those setups look pretty dope though. The hydro setups I've seen that like a 6 plant, 8 plant that they're already like have the light fixture ready to go
Yeah.
or like a mount for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can just
Yeah.
it seems like all
Yeah,
in
they
one
have it,
deal.
like, you can get the whole tent with like all the stuff set up. You know, they'll set you all up at these shops, dude.
I don't know if I've said this to you before, maybe on a different pod, but have you seen that one that like I think Snoop Dogg endorsed? It's like forget what it's called, but it's like a machine that's all electric. You just like click a remote and it releases shit.
No, I've never seen
Yeah.
that, but I wouldn't buy anything.
Yeah, it
Snoop
seemed a
Dogg
little-
endorses. I feel like he'll fucking
he'll
he'll endorse fucking anything, bro. That guy's all about making money.
yeah.
dude.
I would say to your point, I think I've seen him on more shit than most people. Like
Dude,
I've
he's
seen
all
him on
about
that wine
making
recently
money. He
he's
knows
got.
his time's running out, dude. You know, like
Well, you see his beef with Snoop Dogg and like Eminem and shit right now.
no, I don't pay attention.
Yeah,
to that.
I kind of like love that old school hip hop shit, but basically Snoop's like, we could deal without like fucking Eminem's. They're like, who's your top 10 rapper? He's like, nah, we don't need that shit basically. And then like Eminem took offense and kind of dissed him in a song.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of like just have like a beef. I was curious to see what happens because
They'll probably make some more songs about it and make
Yeah.
some more money.
Yeah, they'll make
off
some more
it,
money
You
too.
know?
yeah,
You gotta, stay relevant somehow when you're like a 50-year-old rapper. I guess.
and I think we have talked about this because on the I told you I think his average fee just to sponsor something's like 180 G's for like low end.
For what, Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, because like
Okay.
yeah, like he just fucking like you're saying he's quick fucking half mil.
Yeah, he's just getting cash. He's got his Corona commercials.
He was
now.
commentating the fucking Tyson fight and shit.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Snoop
he's-
Dogg's like he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's out there making money. They had him on New Year's Eve, being like, Snoop Dogg, where's the craziest place you got high?
Oh
They
really?
asked him if he got high at a bris or something before. I'm like, what the
Look
fuck,
at
dude?
Snoop Dogg, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
He's
you
everywhere.
can't knock the hustle.
yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of have you been listening to music lately? Like what's your shit?
I listen to a little bit of everything. We haven't been listening to enough music. Mostly like What Does the Fox Say? That's like the biggest hit in our house right now.
Is that like a nursery rhyme?
No, dude, it's like some stupid song from like 10 years ago. You never heard that? You'll have to look it up.
All right,
dude.
after
my
this,
little,
we're-
my little kid likes that, dude.
Well, so it sounded. I was like, it sounds like it might be something like that. Like
yeah, it's pretty cheesy, but once you look it up, you'll get a laugh out of it. But I don't know, just like we have Apple Music, so we'll just throw on the mix, and I don't know.
just got with it. Huh?
Yeah, totally.
No, I hear you. Yeah, sometimes I just like, I'll listen to a lot of shit in headphones when I'm editing and whatnot. Yo, what's up, Bryce? But I don't know. I find myself too in silence sometimes because when I take my headphones off when I'm not editing and I'll just be chilling in my room, like, dude, it's fucking quiet in here.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I feel like the TV.
But when I'm driving or working
TV's
out, I need
always on
music.
at our house, dude. Like, I don't know. Someone's always watching something on TV. One of the kids, or
Speaking of, how are the Niners this year?
they're fucking shitty. They had a bad year. They went 6-10. They like won a couple games at the end.
Oh, so they're already
Like,
out.
It's over. The season ended on Sunday. They've been out for a minute, but it was just they had like all their good players got injured. You know, the quarterback got injured, our star pass rusher got injured. It's just was like not happening this year for the Niners. But I guess if there was any year for them to like not be good, this was the one. Because usually I'll spend like a bunch of money to go to a football game and stuff, and don't, you know.
I like your positive
I'm
thinking.
trying to be positive about it.
So, who do you have for the Super Bowl?
I like Buffalo and Tampa Bay.
Oh shit! You're not putting the Chiefs up in there?
No, I can't put the Chiefs in there. They beat the Niners last year. No, the Chiefs, they're definitely the heavy favorite, but Buffalo, dude, they've been better than the Chiefs.
You see
Way
this?
better,
You see
dude.
this fucking?
They've just been blowing everyone out. They scored 56 points in their last game, and they have only played their starting quarterback in the first half. And it's not like they were playing some shitty team. They were playing the Dolphins, who have won 10 games, and
Shit.
they had to win to get in the playoffs, and they just fucking stomped on them, dude.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
well,
So the Bills have just been stomping on people. They've won 9 out of 10, and the only game they lost, they called it the Hail Murray. It's like this guy Kyler Murray threw a Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins, and he friggin' jumped over 3 dudes, and his hands are popping up, and he caught it in the last second of the game to win the game, you know? And that's like 99 times out of 100 they win that game, you know? So it's like they're on fire. They're like the hot team going in.
Well, so probably them and the fucking Chiefs then.
Nah, the Bills are in the same conference as them, so they're like
I'm
they're
just playing, I
set
don't
up.
know.
They're, if they
But,
play
like-
each other, it's gonna be to go to the Super Bowl. You know, it'll be in the championship game if they face each other.
What are the testing like? Because I like a month ago or a couple weeks ago, this NBA, you know,
Oh, they're
with the
like,
weed
dude,
testing?
right now. It's weed testing.
yeah, testing their athletes. Because I think the
I
NFL still
think they
does, right?
stopped. No,
The
they
NFL did
stopped.
too?
Yeah, I think they both stopped this year.
So, like people
Yeah,
smoking too much during
I've
COVID.
never heard of anyone getting caught for weed in the NFL this year or anything like that. Just for
That's
like,
cool, though.
performance-enhancing drugs and yeah, that's it. And then for COVID, you know, teams have been getting fucked by COVID all year, and it's like the Niners. The game I would have went to was that Packer-Niner game, and it was like our starting tight end George Kittle's out, the quarterback's out, the star pass rusher's out, and all our receivers were out with COVID. We had like all our
damn.
like practice squad guys playing receiver, and I would have been fucking pissed if I dropped the money. But I guess I would have got my money back anyway, because like no one was able to go. And then the 49ers got kicked out of their own stadium for their last 3 home games because they put a ban on outdoor sporting activities in Santa Clara County, where their stadium is. So they had to play their last 3 home games in Arizona. You know, and they all had to be like
Weird.
displaced from their families instead of like being at home for their home games. And
What a
it was,
weird-
like during Christmas too. It was like pretty shitty, dude.
Well, it makes me think what's going to be like the Super Bowl, right? Because the Super Bowl is always epic. Like how those stadiums that it's in. I mean, right? Everything's
There's gonna be some fans at the Super Bowl for sure. It's in Florida, so I think they're allowed to have some fans. The Bills, they're allowed to have 6,700 fans at their playoff games, I guess, in Buffalo. So like some stadiums have fans, but
it's like
there's barely any.
so. How are they? I'm happy this is we like talked at the beginning of the season. Now we're talking again about it. I think
Yeah.
it's like so. How do they make their? How have they been making more money?
They haven't. Well, they've been like, you know, cutting their losses by having no staff. You know.
Oh, that's true. But
so
it's-
like they're only like they don't have to pay all the ticket takers and concession workers and
this place
I
is so
don't know,
big
like
though.
the stadiums. Some stadiums probably own their parking lot.
That's
Some
true.
probably have to like it might be a private business. I don't know, you know, but like they're making money off of TV and that's it, dude.
Do you see a day where
And
it's
jersey sales and you know,
just
like
merch, fucking
I don't know.
NFL?
I heard like the NFL is gonna be fine. You know, because like I'm a huge sports fan, and that was the one thing that was like still engaged.
Green drink, bro.
Because they have fantasy football, dude, and they have gambling on their side for the NFL. Like, there's more gambling and money bet on NFL football and like college football than like all the NBA games combined. I bet.
Really?
There's 82 NBA games, you know? So there's way more games, but way more people bet on football, and they play fantasy football for money.
Oh, is there a fantasy basketball? It just hasn't
yeah,
caught
there
on.
is,
It's just
but
not big.
It's just not as fun.
It's
you know?
not,
And it's
yeah.
like you have to. There's so many fucking games. You have to like do your lineup like every day, kind of. You know. So like most people that are playing fantasy football for like $1,000 each leagues, you know, they're like fucking rich guys with good jobs and stuff that have the weekend off so they can watch football, you know.
You could win money on that shit though, knowing you.
Yeah, like I got second in my league. I lost my championship to my buddy. I was fucking pissed, bro. Like it was so close, but you know I lost. Sucks. For second I won. I get 300. Our league we pay $100 each. We're not like a bunch of fucking rich guys, you know.
That's
that
still
can
pretty
drop
good though.
$1,000 on it, but yeah, it's cool. He wins 600 for first, but that's like the driving force behind football is all that shit, you know. That like makes people like interested, and less is more, and they only have like 3 days a week where they have a game, you know, and mostly all the games are on Sunday.
They're smoking weed every day in
just
between
like,
and after.
And the NBA is all like watered down, you know. Baseball is the sport that could be like hurt the most by the pandemic though, because they have so many fucking games, and it's like, dude, everyone goes to a Dodger game in LA. Like every year, you know, they draw over 4 million fans a year to Dodger Stadium, times like, you know, at the bare minimum, someone's spending like $20 to go to a game. And
When you say 4 million, you're saying throughout the year?
Yeah, for the whole season.
Okay.
You know, when you add up all the games, they've gotten over 4 million like the last few years.
Shit.
So like, dude, it's just so much money lost, and baseball's not a big deal on TV like football is.
Yeah.
You know, people aren't like, oh my God, the Red Sox are playing the Yankees, dude. Everyone's gonna watch, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like if like the Chiefs were playing the Ravens and you get like these 2 stud QBs and everyone wants to tune in and everyone has those guys on their fantasy team. Like, it's just, dude, it doesn't have the demand, you know? And like, if they do more seasons with no fans, they can be in big trouble, you know? And it's like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
Do you see it? I don't see it happen in 2021. Do you?
I don't know that. I heard Dr. Fauci, he was on TV saying like we could be having fans and like restaurants back in the fall. He said, like, realistically.
That's a long way away.
I know. That's so long away. Dude, that's like that's most of that's like the baseball playoffs would be starting by then, you know?
Damn. Cuz yeah, it's like then it'll be dude, that's like it's like a year. It's like not what it's like.
It's just like, you know, it's not just the sports, bro. It's like all the stuff that goes with it. It's all the Uber, it's all the hotels, it's all the travel involved of people like flying to games and going to games, and you know, all the money spent on tailgating. It's just like all that shit's gone, dude. All the money, like the only experience you can buy right now, like you used to be able to like buy an experience, right? You could go to a concert, you could go to a game. You know, like you're just buying air, basically. You know, you're not buying like something tangible you can take home. And people used to spend fucking billions on that stuff, and it's all gone, dude. Right now, you can't like you can't like spend $100 and go to a concert and just buy that experience. The only experience for sale, you want to know what it is?
What?
Getting a COVID test. Because you don't even nothing fucking happens, bro. That's the concert.
Well, have you seen this fucking?
Like, I get to pay $150.
There's this fucking.
You're gonna tell me I don't have COVID?
Is that
I do, and then I'm gonna have to fucking stay home.
Yeah, it's like you're going through a fucking drive-through. I guess you could go to like In-N-Out, but there's this place I saw in the news. I forget what it was fucking called. I was just in the kitchen, but it's like this thing you drive through in like Arcadia or some shit, and it's supposed to be like an outdoor crazy lighting adventure or some shit. It's like $75 or something.
I've heard of stuff like that. Yeah, they had like a Stranger Things drive-through experience. I saw something about. Like they're having different like stuff like that.
But still, it's
like that's like fucking weak, dude. You know, like
I miss movies a lot. Like
I
good
guess
movies,
they're doing
dude.
drive-in movies at some places now. I haven't been to one, but I've heard they're doing.
There's a drive-in like not that far from me right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember doing that when I was real little. You know, with my family, but.
It's cool. It's just not the same.
I just hope things like, you know, start getting back to like some kind of normal, you know, because The government can't just keep printing money, right? Or can they?
I mean, it seems like they can until. Well, I had my buddy Bryce on, who just tuned in live here. Is he was talking about like eventually what's going to need to happen is that's probably never gonna kind of has to happen. It just needs to be all cleared and like start fresh basically because it's like not. It's just kind of in the air.
Yeah,
It's all about like, which is a good episode for anybody listening or watching, is the one with Bryce, and he's talking about fiat currencies and shit and how everything's based in the value of the dollars. But eventually ours is not going to be the main currency if we keep printing it basically.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like devalued, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, but money is just like, to me, it's like a fucking stupid idea, you know? Like all the things we have in the world can be made without money. Like
Just you're saying
paper,
go back to trading.
I don't fucking know. It's like, so we're so far beyond that, but I feel like, you know, the human race is like,
Well, that's why
we've
crypto's big right
fucked
now too.
up, dude. Like this isn't how like it was supposed to be. I feel like, you know, like
Well, it's hard when the population just grows so big
gotten
and
so complicated now. You know,
Yeah.
and some people are so rich and so smart, and some people are so poor and so uneducated, and it's like the gap has gotten so huge, and it's just like.
yeah, they say like the top 1% is the most rich it's ever been by far. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure people are coming and just buying up crazy shit right now.
Yeah,
It's such a
that's
good
what
time to.
They said like eventually someone's gonna come to downtown LA, some billionaires, and they're just gonna buy it all up like for like hella cheap, you know?
Like word, yeah, there's gonna
You
own
know,
fucking.
and then it's like we're all gonna work for the corporation, or like everyone's gonna work for fucking Amazon. Like 90% of the country is gonna be like fucking. I don't know. I just don't like the way it's going. You know.
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing is though, I mean, I don't mind. I hope I get this fucking stimulus sooner than later. Because
Yeah.
like I know that like it's just funny. Some people have, some people haven't got it. But I hope it's just crazy the fact like who would you think of people like our like or my grandma would be like 99 if she was still alive. Like somebody like her has never seen something like this in her lifetime. Right.
No one
Yeah.
has, you know,
Which
it's
is
like,
crazy.
How do you deal with it? It's like
It's
no one's seen
or like
this.
I'm just like even like just getting money in your account.
Yeah.
Like just that is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, but when I heard like they're like, oh, they're gonna tell everyone to stay at home and close everyone's jobs, I'm like, they better like give people money then, or like people are gonna have to like steal to eat. You know,
Seriously,
like,
man.
that's what it comes down to. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, at some point you have to like feed your kids, and if you're being told you can't work, you know, and then like once the unemployment runs out, then everyone's gonna have to get a job, and like. I'm hoping I get to go back to my job, but I don't know if there's going to be a job to go back to.
Well,
You know, so I guess I'm just trying to like, you know, make some moves so I can be more self-sufficient, you know, cuz like
yeah.
I've been in the restaurant business for friggin' ever, you know?
Yeah,
That's
it's-
like what I do, you know, and it's like in shambles right now, so
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, there's so many, like we were saying, from the sports to the restaurants, but at least, hey, everybody tuning in, at least,
we're still here, you know. You just have to enjoy like
yeah,
what
well,
we're
that's the
doing,
crazy
you
thing
know?
that's the crazy thing is like, for me, this year hasn't, I mean, it's been a lot of ups and downs, roller coaster, but it's like, still have good times, still fun, man. COVID's crazy, but, it's just crazy too, the weed shit. Like I said on my last podcast, like how it's been a really good year for weed though. In
Yeah.
terms of like, becoming more accepted, closer to legalization in a lot more states, or potentially even federally, or just it becoming more accepted like on that level, and just the money, like I read something that said a 250% like job increase this year,
Yeah.
or in the next by this certain 10 years it'll be 250x, but this year was like whatever percentage.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
they're
just crazy.
They're mostly going to be shitty jobs, though. That's the shitty part. You know, you're going to have some, like, sales reps making some money, and maybe you're going to pay, like, one, like, head grower to be, like, the salaried guy who oversees it, and, he's going to be the one responsible for the results. But everyone else is going to be, like, a minimum wage.
Bud
or a
tending.
little more, like, packaging.
And I've been looking at all
trimming,
this
all
this
that
shit. Yeah, and
stuff, you know?
they're like to your point, they are paying people minimum wage for those
Yeah,
jobs, which is
they totally
but
are.
you got to work it up somehow, right? If you're gonna
Yeah.
or
if
you just
wanna
start your
get
own
it,
shit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, or you just have to have a lot of knowledge and start your own. But with the legalization, they're just making it like harder. you know, you have to have more money and more licenses and stuff, you know, but it is what it is. You just have to get some money together and start somewhere, but it feels like once you start, there's nothing stopping the government from being like, oh, no, you have to pay more, you know?
Well,
Like,
and that's where it's crazy out here. Is like I forget what state, but you can start a delivery service in some states for like under $10,000.
yeah, I heard Oklahoma's like the state that's doing it the best. Like some people
really?
that I've seen, they're like they've moved their operations to Oklahoma and been able to like start up like legal stuff there. That's I've heard they're the state that does it the best, you know? Like they just started letting all the cannabis businesses use banks, you know? I think.
Yeah,
You know
huh?
that? Like
No,
they
no.
used, they
Oh,
used
that
to just have to keep all their fucking money in a
a
box.
big fucking safe.
You know,
Yeah,
or
just
like
lock it up.
maybe they keep it in cryptocurrency or I don't know, you know, but it's like
Yeah, they gotta keep it. Oh, sorry, I was just reading. Yeah, more. Oh, house shaman. Stop thinking from a job perspective. You got to work for yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
you have
That's
to
what we're
work
doing
for
right now. Yeah,
yourself.
for
Yeah,
real. Well, that's
exactly.
what people. That's what people are realizing through COVID too. Is
Yeah.
people are like, oh shit. Like if we can't do this and this and this, we got to figure out a way to, like you're saying, even if you go back to like the trade system, even if you know, I know you were growing a bunch of fruit and veggies recently.
Yeah.
Like you like, go to like trade that for like your neighbor has something else. Like it's just like old
That's
school. Even go that way.
has to be like part of life.
Or
and
like
it
the
is
Gary
now.
V
There's
flip
way more
shit.
people like trading shit, you know, that are like open to like trading for shit, dude. Like it's a thing, yeah. But we're so far past that, but it's just like I don't know where we're going as a society. We'll see. You know, but
Just keep growing better weed, man.
that's all I can do. Is just try and grow some bud, grow some food, and you know, just work hard, hope for the best. You know, like
In
start my own restaurant.
2021, baby.
It's gonna be cheap soon to get a spot. You know,
Well, I bet it's cheap now, and I wonder how.
but you can't
the-
even open now. So it's like.
But you can
it's
do to-go food, right?
Yeah, you could. You could do to go only, but it's like it seems like hard to open a place and only do to go. You know.
Yeah.
Because, like, part of a restaurant is, like, you know, people eat there and then they see the next table's drink or food and they're going to be like, oh, that looks fucking good, you know? But with to go, there's none of that, you know? There's no, like, table appeal or, oh, this dish has, like, this nice height. When you walk it by a table, everyone orders that, you know, because it looks badass,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, you lose some of it, but you can, you know. But it's just like
I know,
who
I've been
knows if
cooking up some
they're gonna
good
be
stuff
like,
this
"Actually,
year."
You can't do to go. It's just so risky right now.
Yeah.
You know? You don't know like what they're gonna do or say or, you know, with like Biden coming in now, like the restrictions will most likely get stronger. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
like that's like what he said. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
If we
like,
need
go
to go on
fuck-
another
time to go.
lockdown, then we'll go on like a fucking lockdown. You know. So.
like, is what it is,
Yeah.
right? Fucking time to just go hard this year.
Yep.
Have fun though too. In the meanwhile, right?
Yeah, dude, I've been trying, you know, just it's hard though, you know.
It can
It's like there's like not much to look forward to, you know. It's like hard to like fucking
But that's where out here, what I see just from living here for, not my whole life, 6 years or whatever, is like
Yeah.
just the fact that I can go fucking on a walk outside or to the park or hike
yeah.
has been like really cool for me during this time, because like right now in fucking, states where it's cold as shit or wherever people are living, it's cold and whatnot. You don't want to, it's just nice that like, it's the little things like that that are like dope
Yeah,
to me.
it's
I'm
pretty
like,
cool. We live in a cool place. We went up to the snow the other day and played in the snow and stuff, you know.
you bored at all or no?
No, we didn't go boarding. You have to like make reservations in advance and stuff. I'm gonna try and get in a trip or two this year, but
Yeah, you even got to
it
do that for
hasn't
hikes
really- it
out here,
hasn't
man.
even snowed that much. They got like one good storm, so hopefully they get a couple more this month. Usually, like at the end.
Not
of
once,
January,
what
that's,
this
like, the
recently,
peak of
that
the
storm
season.
recently?
Yeah,
That shit was pretty crazy,
decent.
yeah.
Yeah, I think like they should be like fully open, hopefully by the end of the month. But it's like, I don't know. You can't just like up and drive up and buy a ticket anymore. You have to like reserve in advance. So I gotta check it out and see if they're like sold out or whatever. We went up for the day and I was like, "Can you buy tickets for the sledding thing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're sold out actually." But you can play in the snow. It's like $30 per person. And
Oh, really?
$20
Just
to
to play in
park.
the snow?
Yeah, I'm like fuck that,
Damn.
dude.
Did it used to cost money before
$170.
just to play in the snow?
Well, they charge, but there's like if you just go like past their fence, there's like all kinds of areas. It's like who's gonna stop you? They tried to like kick everyone out when we got there. They're like, you guys need to leave. This is private property, because it's next to Mountain High, and
Okay.
they have their snow machines, and they like the wind blows like
They get
their
covered
snow,
up.
it gets coverage there from their snow machines,
Oh.
so it's like the best place to go sledding, and they try and kick people out, but when there's like a fucking 100 families sledding there, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Imagine getting
They
like
don't have the manpower.
hit by one. Imagine getting hit by one of those huge snowplows that are blowing it over. Like a kid, if it like rolled by him, or even an adult, like and it covered him.
Yeah.
That'd be a crazy feeling.
Yeah, totally. But it was fun. It's fun. We go to the beach and stuff, but I don't know, man. I'm just hoping we can get back to work soon and like work opens up again.
So what's your goal with weed in 2021? What's your? I know you're doing like the indoor stuff. Do you have like a certain precise goal?
Not
Just
really, just to like be able to grow my own,
yeah.
Get like 2 pounds of light, and that's the goal, or 2 pounds for like 1,000 watts at least. That's where I want to be at. Hopefully, I can do better than that.
Yeah.
The outdoor, I don't know. It's like I'm just gonna take a different approach, because like growing the huge plants, it didn't work too good, and I don't know. It's just like I have a friend helping me, and like they just like dried it too much, so it kind of like ruined what the good stuff we did have, and it's just like too crunchy. And yeah, I'm just trying to be more self-sufficient and get my own indoor thing going, so I can, not buy any more bud, bro, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just got that shit that I showed you. It's pretty good, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. That's like It's just
5 for 50 though is decent for what it is, but still, it's
yeah,
like
it's still too much. That's like 280 an ounce. Like, dude, that's too much.
yeah, huh?
That's not affordable. For someone that smokes a lot of weed. That's like,
Yeah.
if you want to have like a fucking $1,000 a month weed habit, yeah, it's fine. But it's like that's just like a lot of money to spend.
I always
on
like doing it for the
something,
free for the.
That's like a lot of money. But that's why
You done any,
that's why I grow my own too.
Well, with whatever I do make with this, I'll make sure to hit you up with some. I'm gonna get creative on some honey. Actually, I'm gonna make.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'll do it with this or not, but I was
Yeah.
doing some reading, kind of geeking out on it, because I'm like, what's it gonna bind to, And I guess you want to buy the honey that's like still thick
Oh, okay.
and white because it has bee pollen in there,
Yeah.
and the bee pollen within itself is like a natural lecithin, so it like naturally emulsifies. And then I ordered also separate bee pollen little pellets
Oh,
that you
okay.
put in there so the weed can absorb in there.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, because I was geeking out. And it's like literally last night trying to do this shit because I'm like, I made a honey before, but I put coconut oil in there and it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna geek out on some honey either with this or something else and hook you up, because I just want to make like a really potent honey that you can just dab on anything real quick and it's gonna hit, or even like put it, in tea or fucking on
Okay.
on a cracker.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is just to make something really potent, sweet honey, because I
Okay.
feel like honey has so much flavor to it anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe even geek out and throw some like cinnamon or cardamom in there.
Oh, okay.
Or do like Asian with this, even have like the star anise and shit. Just like
Yeah.
do like that
I
6
saw
spice
some,
honey infused.
infused chili oil the other day.
I have I actually
You
have
have
it right.
that stuff. You
I
should
have a-
make,
I have a
some
Mike- I have a
infused
Mike's Hot Honey.
lemongrass Saute, dude.
Oh, that flavor, the curry flavor, or no lemongrass. I was thinking of the LG chick.
The
But yeah-
LG Saute, that spicy chili.
Yeah,
oil
that would
shit.
flavor the that would cover the flavor of the bud really good too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was gonna use
They-
like
they
a
put
distillate,
that
but
cardamom, and they put that star anise in there, and lemongrass, dude. I have shitloads of lemongrass growing.
you
in
growing
the
it?
garden.
Oh shit.
Yeah, should be fire.
Dude, lemongrass, that's good because lemongrass is always overpriced. I go to the store and they have it in those little fucking tiny packets, and they sell you like 2 stalks for like $3. I'm like,
Yeah, all
for
those,
this, like, you can-
weird herbs are like expensive,
But then I
have,
go
like,
see 'em at
lots
some
of different
places and
stuff growing in the garden. It's like if you want like 5 leaves of sage, it's like $2.
of what?
Sage or like
Oh, okay.
basil.
Yeah,
like-
it's some places have way better deals than others. I noticed that like
yeah.
the Asian marts usually have pretty good deals. I noticed.
Yeah, so they sell more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I try and grow all kinds of herbs in the garden, so you never have to buy any of that stuff.
What I probably asked you this before, but I don't know. What would be your favorite edible that you would want to eat or make, or like have me make for you? If I was like, I want to give you
Those
something.
like little peanut butter cups are good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I like those.
those I had too much. I'm gonna rework those and make them better
Yeah,
too.
I like sweets, so that I don't really like edibles, honestly. I never.
You know, I'm a geek for
Yeah,
them.
like I just someone gave me some like syrup I tried recently that you mix in a drink. It was pretty good, but it's like I just usually don't take edibles. I just
Yeah,
like to like smoke.
that's your
bud,
respect. I know that's your style.
Yeah, I like the flower, Even when I had a bunch of like wax, I still have some left from last year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was that you got like wax and a butter, right? Or were they
It was diamonds and butter.
okay?
Yeah.
Butter's something I haven't done much research on. I've only had it really when you gave it to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see pictures and stuff on Instagram where people like whipping it. I'm like, that shit looks fucking good, but
Yeah.
I don't know the whole process.
I'm not that into it, honestly. It's like it's BHO, it's like fucking extracted with butane and then purged out, and then they like filter it, to get the color better or some shit. But like that shit's fire, dude. It's fucking good. Like the better starting material you have, the better it's gonna be, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like it just depends on the people if they're like good at making it, like or if they know what they're doing. So it could be like it could turn out good or bad, but
you know what popped in my head for some reason when you're saying that is when we did the dry ice keef.
yeah.
But I was gonna go get some the other day, but I second guessed it because I was like, there's this whole like dry ice shortage deal right now,
Oh, really?
or supposedly, because
Oh,
all the
okay.
vaccine needs it. But I'm sure I haven't even Googled the closest one to me now. But
Yeah.
because that was efficient. Like you could even do it with this probably and get like
Yeah.
use a finer mesh.
It just gives you like a low quality because it like especially
even
with
if what if we
dry
did a more
material
what
like
if we did a
that.
smaller whole bag though, so it would get
It
even.
would probably work better if you used like fresh material than the like dried bud because it's already dry.
You're saying just like fresh snipped right off?
yeah, and then maybe
Oh,
you could do it
because like the
that.
ice would like make it.
Because the crystals might just fall off the bud and it'll
Okay.
like freeze all the bud and like freeze dry it right away. But I don't know. It doesn't. It just puts too much green material in too, with the dry ice. So like your whatever like you press with the keef, it's just not gonna be that pure.
Well, and that's what I feel like with
But
the
it
edibles
looks like
too.
a lot because you're getting a lot of the bud in there
Yeah.
too. But it's like if real quick if you want to like get some keef off, it works. But it's just not like the best quality.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just I'm inspired to get a big like jar of distillate right now for edibles, because like to your point, even with making edibles, like you put this much or whatever. When like we made a huge batch with butter or whatever, you put that much in there, you're gonna be left with especially if it's trim or shake. Like I know this
just
isn't
wish
here,
I
but
could have had this shit made into that, But it's like the guy I know, like he only runs like bigger batches now, and I don't have enough to run that size for like his like setup that he has. So
you know what's crazy too? When I did a because this made me think of the tincture I did. You can't get over like 120 proof alcohol out here.
oh really?
Like it's really hard. Like I checked so many
No,
places.
You can get it. You can
You
get 99% ISO. You buy it at like a.
Oh yeah, you can get that, but
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that's
for,
always
like-
been a little
for, like,
sketchy to
for
me.
Drinking, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh.
or just or like for like you think that I know that's kind of like I don't know. I feel weird about that. Like that type
You can't buy like
for like because like
Everclear. or
you can, but the
whatever?
highest they do is 120 proof
Oh.
here. You can go to other states and you can get all the way up, but it's just like a California and other states have the law. But I didn't realize that even being a bartender for fucking like 10 years.
Oh.
I guess nobody's coming in and ordering fucking Bacardi 151, some fucking or something,
Yeah.
But you can't even get that.
They used to have that.
Oh really?
Yeah. when
Something
I was
probably-
in high school. Kids
yeah.
used to drink that all the time. Oh, 151, dog. I'm like, dude.
That was a thing in fucking
Yeah, that was popular.
Caribou
When I
Lou,
was
man.
In high school, fucking people were always trying to get that shit, bro.
Dude, when that shit will
151.
literally eat your insides, man.
Yeah.
You can
I didn't fuck
yeah.
with it, If I did,
I've had
probably don't
Everclear
remember,
yeah.
so I was probably
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
it up or
Some
something
jungle
after.
juice or some shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
yeah, you should make some infusions with it. Hopefully it comes out pretty good because I have plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, I'll make like Yeah, I'm gonna do something good with it. I'm thinking maybe the honey because that just smelled good.
Yeah.
But yeah, get that in there, man. Fucking throw it in this baby I got here. Let it sit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like how much THC percentage is in that bud actually.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, man. I always love your shit. You always do good shit.
Yeah, I wish I would have spent some more money on some like better genetics last year, but you know, you live and learn.
You live and learn,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I remember you telling me the price of some of those seeds though are absurd. But I mean, it makes sense at the end once you have it anyway, and then you just clone it.
It's fucking absurd. They fucking rip you the fuck off, bro. It's so easy to make seeds. It's like you fucking grow a fucking plant and you fucking throw pollen on the shit, you know, in like week 3, and then you have like 1,000 seeds off of one plant, and then they're selling them for like $20 each. So just imagine off of one plant, fucking $1,020 bills. It's like work, you know, but like the seed companies have like seed separator machines, you know, that like separate the seed from the hull or whatever, you know. But they're making fucking money off those seeds. Or it sure
Yeah, I've seen it.
seems like they are, you know?
Like I know I've been tempted to try to get in that game myself because of the legality. You just say it's a souvenir
Yeah.
and just like try to fucking figure out a way because all these companies are selling them out here fine. It seems like, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
right way.
I don't know either. You know, I don't think it's legal to sell them. You know, but I don't know. You know, you could always fucking do it anyway.
Yeah. That's why it's like, yeah, you.
Yeah, there's some guy in Compton. He does it in his backyard, and he has his own website. He has like hundreds of strains for sale.
Yeah,
he opened up his own store on Fairfax. He's selling merch and shit there, I think. So.
Do you know his name?
He's called Masonic Smoker.
I think you told me.
Instagram.
Okay, I think I might even be following. I think we might. If my phone wasn't up here right now, I'd check.
Yeah.
I think I might be following him.
Yeah, he's been selling. He fucking goes to all the, like the big drops for like when they get these seeds in and buys all the fucking, like brand name shit, and then he.
It's like flipping it. Oh shit,
his strain, and then he sells those seeds.
Shit.
You know, and he has like hundreds of strains for sale online.
Damn.
I don't know how good they are. They're made in his fucking backyard.
Are they? And those are pretty reasonable.
You know? Yeah, his are like he has like seeds for like $50, you know, for like a pack. He also has some for like 200.
This might be a stupid question. So, if he's doing them all, if you're doing them all in your backyard, are those when you grow them more meant to be outside, or will they have, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, they could be grown inside too.
But you'd be better off buying indoor seeds that were initially,
Probably,
have origin from somewhere
like,
inside.
If you got them from somewhere indoor, there's gonna be like a less chance of them being something wrong with the seeds from like having like mold or like pathogens or some shit in the seed that could cause problems like later on, you know. But it's like you don't know how they're really made, you know. Everything's behind the scenes, you know. So maybe you would think they would make their seeds indoors at some company, but maybe they make them in a big ass fucking field just like that guy does, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're like here we are making our shit. Here's exactly how we do it, you know. Like,
and you got to think too, or maybe I'm thinking is that like a lot of these people buying seeds from them too, are like a lot of them might be first timers or pretty new to it. You know, too. So
yeah,
like
or you could just make any seeds and you can just slap a fucking name on the bag and be like, this is what it is. You know, it's like there can be a lot of like fraud in that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like they have
and then you spend all the time nurturing it and it coming up and it's just like fucking something else.
Well, he'll buy a pack of seeds, you know, of like all these bomb strains they come out with, right? But then you got to pheno hunt those packs cuz like, you know, like each seed is different. So like you could get a pack of some like Jungle Boys fucking bomb ass Mac jungle cake or something, and you'll grow all of them, you know, and like half of them are going to be male, you know, or a good portion of them will be male, and then out of your females you have to like see which one you like, you know, and they're all like most of them are all like hybrids, all the stuff out there, so they're gonna be like all across the board. They're not gonna be like all the same shit at all, you know. They're gonna be like different smells and terpene profiles, you know, and then the idea is to like select your keeper, you know, before they bud, you clone them, and then, you know, after they bud, you can start regrowing the
There's
ones
so
you
much
like.
to the game,
You
dude.
know, and then it's like,
Like,
but this guy, like some guys, they're just making, they're growing them, they're not even like fully flowering the plants, and they're like making seeds out of a plant that they didn't even know how it turned out, you know, and then they're selling them. So like
yeah, that's fucking
some
weird,
people
huh?
are like, fuck that, because they're just selling seeds they don't even know how they're gonna be, you know, and it's like a big process to like test it all and flower shit out, and some companies say they do that, you know, but it's all like tested, you know, and they'll have like pictures of how it can turn out, but you know, like there's a lot of like room for just like bullshit, you know.
Yeah, the cannabis space more than many others, really.
Yeah, totally. Because there's just a lot
But
of
that's the beauty
gray
of people.
area,
Yeah,
you know.
but people, that's the beauty of it too. It's like a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah, that's why I just try and do stuff on my own, because you like never know what you're exactly getting, you know.
And that's
Unless
why
you want to pay like 80
And that's why I
bucks
love
an
when you
eighth,
hook me
know?
up, because I know that you put like the love and care, and it's all
Yeah.
fucking organic, and it's like that's so dope
Yeah,
to me.
it's hard,
I have
you know.
mad respect
It's
for
like
it.
some years have turned out better than others, and you know that's why I'm trying to do the indoor thing now. It's just a matter of getting a bigger space to do it in. So,
Well,
but I just want to dial in the space I have now, so then you know eventually expand it. You know, or
this,
at
this
least
dude
be
said, how shaman
self-sufficient.
said, just like your weed provider, you need a good seed provider.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feel bad, just wish I had another J. Feel free to load one of those up, man. But I'm just thanks again for coming on, dude.
Yeah, no
I'm gonna cut
problem.
it just because we got a dash here in a little bit. But big shout out to everybody that came on: Desco, Country Boy Loggin, Bryce, House Shaman. Appreciate you kicking it. Ravika, you know, everybody popping on this live pod here today, man. That's cool. So
Yeah.
more to come, and shit, man. We got to do some more videos just on True Buds TV together.
Yeah, once everything's set up, we'll do a video over there. Just, you know, show everyone how it's looking.
Fuck yeah. All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Sorry I'm so negative.
You're good, dude.